good, people? Uncle Hotep back at it again. How y'all doing out there? I gotta talk about the Shine for a minute. Shout outs to Vibe High for the inspiration for this video. Shout outs to Dudes. Shout outs to Vibe for inspiring me to make this video about these shines with Black Lives Matter in the bio. When you get on Twitter and you talk to people and you say something, it may or may not be edgy, but sometimes it's totally harmless statements. And the shines will come in your mentions, try to wreak havoc, and it never fails. I'm telling you, it never fails. You look in their bio, it says Black Lives Matter. Since the group is all but defunct, I don't know if they're still having meetings. I think I said before, I actually tried to subscribe. They had an email listing, so I set my email address in there. Like, won't you send me some information back? I was going to go stealth into a Black Lives Matter meeting. They saw. I guess they looked. Jack and Black Lives Matter were tight, so they probably looked up my email address, found my Twitter, and they're like, "Hell no!" Or saw that I was a straight black male, and they say, "Oh, hell no!" But they're not making any waves anymore. Obama's out of office, so they're not meeting with the president anymore. You know what I mean? People are calling them outright terrorist groups, et cetera, et cetera. But the slogan lives on. The slogan lives on because now whenever they want to justify something, they just # Black Lives Matter. And this is the thing that the D-Rays and Nettas and Sean King tried to extract themselves from the group Black Lives Matter. They say we're not part of the group Black Lives Matter, we're part of the movement. And I always had a problem with actually saying Black Lives Matter. Like, to who? To what? Like, my life always mattered, and it matters to the most important person, myself. You know what I mean? This is like the mere fact that you make a slogan called Black Lives Matter, but you're only saying it. You're not saying it to other black people. You're saying it to white folks. Because you're trying to convince white folks that Black Lives Matter. It's the most cucked statement you could ever make in your life. Like, why would you try to convince them that your life matters? It's terrible. And every time these people with Black Lives Matter in their bio, it never fails. They're ultra feminists, even male feminists. You know what I mean? I'm sick and tired of seeing these male feminists. Like, why would you have, in Black America especially, why do you need black male feminists? As struggling as black males are in the black culture, they're behind the women in education. They're neck and neck, really, in jobs and career-wise and making money and salary. And if you look at other races, there's a big gap between the males and the females, but there's not that big gap between black males and black females. So, that's one part of the case. You have these single-parent homes and et cetera, et cetera. But that's also the case. You got a lot of brothers in jail, a lot of brothers not working, last hired, first fired. You know how it be a brother in America, man. You gotta be on your P's and Q's just to get a job. Let's just be real here. You know what I mean? They won't pick. Like, say if you're a job owner, right? And you got to fill your minority quotient. You know what I mean? What's easier to do? You hire a black female, which you can kill two birds with one stone. You can hire a female, and you can hire a black person, or would you hire a black male? Just think of this stuff for yourselves. You know what I mean? So why do these shines with Black Lives Matter in the bio, these males, these black males, they're with this feminist outlook on life. Like, they don't come to the defense of any black male issues. I guess there's no black male issues. Because in their minds, we live in a patriarchal society and black men are part of the patriarchy. You know what I mean? So they ride for these feminist causes with Black Lives Matter in their bio, man. Who are y'all trying to convince that Black Lives Matter? It's certainly not the black people. You know what I mean? I've taken it, you know, every time I see, like, you know, people post these high school fights or something to that effect, or the stories that come from Chicago, you know what I mean, people getting killed. You know, this lady, I forget what town it was in. She somehow she went to the store at 2 o'clock in the morning with a 6-year-old kid in the car. And instead of leaving him home, she went to the store. Excuse me. Don't sneeze. You gotta watch your sneeze, man. You got these Amish on the side. Anyway, she went to the store at 6 a.m. in the morning. Kid in the car. Left the car running. 3 nignogs got in the car, stole the car, on a car running. Kid in the back seat. I guess they realized kid in the back seat, they shoot the kid. Kid dead. That's the type of stuff I would put Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, it only matters if the white man do it. And that's just with this I think Richard Collins, you know what I mean, this junior ROT officer, you know what I mean? He got killed by some Russian immigrant. I don't know, Urbanski or whatever his name is. Sad. Now the people want to, they want to talk about this Richard Collins, man. He was going to graduate at, I think, Bowie State, man. They put his cap and gown on his chair the way he was going to sit. It's sad, really. But that's the only time you talk about black males. You know what I mean? The only time. Only time. These shines of Black Lives Matter in their bio, that's the only time they care about black men. When the white man killed them. Like, if this guy wasn't a white man that killed Richard Collins, you wouldn't hear about Richard Collins. You wouldn't know what Richard Collins looked like. You wouldn't even know Richard Collins' name. But yet the media, this white man kills this black student. That's the only time they use race. When it's the white man killing the black man, and the Nogs fall for it, hook, line, and sinker every time. The Nogs that got Black Lives Matter in their bio. Because that's all they care about. They want to tell the white man that their life matters. These people are shines. You know, y'all need to take Black Lives Matter out of your bio in 2017. It's over. The run is over. That slogan is done. Y'all shines. Y'all shines for saying it, and you need to stop it. Get rid of it. Please, Uncle Hotep is begging you, shines. Just get rid of Black Lives Matter in your bio for 2017. It's not too late. It's not too late to get right. It's not too late to turn Hotep. Just stop it, man. Stop with this mentality of thinking your life has to matter to somebody. Your life has to matter something to somebody, to yourself. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost. And then to your neighbor. We all know who your neighbors are. But y'all don't say nothing about that. It's crazy. I'm just disappointed. I'm very disappointed, you know what I mean? Y'all still riding with this, and Soros money dried up. Soros money dry up. The slogan should dry up. It should dry up, man, and stop defending Black Lives Matter in 2017. You got to think of how they had like a good 2-year run, y'all talk about what has Hotep done? What has Black Lives Matter done? Drop Black Lives Matter in your bios and put Hotep in your bios for 2017 people. Uncle Hotep told you. Hey, I'm out. Listen to my podcast. Listen to I did an interview with VA Whistleblower. Listen to that. Follow me on Twitter, Handyman, Uncle Hotep. Donate to my Patreon through Patreon or PayPal if you can. I greatly appreciate it. Peace.